name is Xiaoxin. Metric number is AP190136. Students of BPD 24603 Construction Measurement Section 1 from FPTP BPC. Today I would like to present how to do taking off quantities. Before I start, let me introduce what is taking off quantities. The term taking off refers to the process of identifying elements of construction works that can be measured and priced. This is necessary to produce bill of quantities and requires that the design is complete and a specification has been prepared. Traditional taking off uses dimension papers, which is made of series of columns. To do taking off quantities, there are some things that are important to let us take note. First, dimension. Dimensions are usually set down in order of horizontal length, horizontal width or breadth, and vertical depth or height. It is important for the sake of consistency throughout the taking off that its order is maintained. The dimensions that are measured will be in one of the following forms. Second is timesync. This is a method in which several items that have the same measurement can be set down without having a replicate calculation multiple times. The number of times that the measurement in the dimension column is to be multiplied is set down in the timesync column and separated using diagonal stroke. For example, the cubic measurements of 4.0 times 5.0 times 6.0 is to be multiplied by 2. The same item can be times multiple times by setting down additional numbers in the timesync column. For an example, with the same measurement in example 1, once multiplied by 2 is then multiplied by 4. Third, dotting on. Dotting on is used to add dimensions together in the timesync column rather than multiplying. The numbers are positioned diagonally in the column with the dot between them to avoid any confusion with decimal. First example shows that the cubic measurements of 4.0 times 5.0 times 6.0 is multiplied by 1 plus 4. The second example shows that the same measurement is multiplied by 1 plus 4, which is then multiplied by 2. Next is waste calculation. It is important that any calculations done to work out the dimensions that are entered into the dimension columns are written down as waste calculations on the right hand side of the description column. This is so that if someone reviews the taking off to check for accuracy, the process by which the final figures have been calculated can be traced back. The fifth point that is important to let us take note is alterations. Where incorrect dimensions have been set down, they should be neatly crossed out with nil written alongside in the squaring column. This indicates that the dimensions are cancelled. If the square measurements of 4.0 times 3.0 is an incorrect dimension, we have to neatly cross out with nil written alongside in the squaring columns. This indicates that the square measurements of 4.0 times 3.0 has been cancelled. Care should be taken to avoid confusion with the nil label in terms of how many figures are to be cancelled and which are still to be used in the calculation. The second last is description. The descriptions of the items being measured is included in the description column alongside the calculations. The contents of the descriptions should correspond to the new rules of measurements, NRM. And there are more than one set of calculations associated with the same description, then they can be bracketed together on the outside of the squaring columns. The last one is adding on. This is where there are two or more descriptions that apply to the same measurement. The descriptions are separated in the description column by ampersand, so as to clearly distinguish between them. They can also be bracketed together for clarity. Where items are to be deducted or added, they are preceded by deduct or add in the description column. That's all for today's video. Thank you for watching. Hope this video will be helpful.